If your workwear needs a little bit of spice, you feel like you're in a rut, I have some pieces that are going to spark some interest. They are also versatile. Also, I have plus size pieces too, so definitely keep watching. I have tried to be as inclusive as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first up is going to be this piece by Karen Millen. So this whole pleated trend has been very popular this fall, and Karen Millen, which I'm actually surprised because of the price point Karen Millen's clothes are at, how many items they have available. So if you just go to Karen Millen's website and type in military, you're going to get so many pieces. And she has so many variations of this dress that I'm showing you here. I really like it. I will say that the sizing of this line of military type dresses with the pleated showing is a great way to jump on that trend, but I think it doesn't overdo pleats. So you absolutely can keep wearing this so it doesn't look like a tennis skirt from the 90s type of a thing later on. So I love how she has the hinted pieces of the military. And what I was also going to say, the sizing. The sizing of the Karen Millen items, at least in this dress line, are not so inclusive. Some of the colors in the style dresses that you're seeing on the screen may come up to a 14, but most of the time they're coming up to a 12. I personally like the ones with the longer sleeves, but they have a cap sleeve, and that's the first way that I was introduced into it. So this is going to be more so as far as workwear attire goes, going to be more so for your petite girls. This is not going to be something that you can wear in the office if you're probably taller than 5'5", I'm going to say. If you're taller than that, you have long legs, it's not going to be work appropriate because it's going to come above your knees. And so if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I have a short where I talk about appropriate workwear attire. So we'll just feed that in there too. But anyway, yeah. So as for shorter gals, this is nice and will come to our knees or below our knees, which is work appropriate. But yes, if you just want to get this and wear this outside of work, if you're on the taller side, then this would work for that. But I think this is a nice way to look professional, stay with the trends, but it's an interesting piece that gives you some variety and I think help mix up your workwear attire. So if I did not mention this, these pieces come in multiple colors. So as you saw on the screen, I did pop up a few of them, but yes, they also come in multiple colors. All links, I forgot to mention, all links for these items that I found will be linked below. So that way, check out my description box and see what's in there and, click on the things that you're interested in. Okay, before we get any further, I just wanted to say to my new folks out there, please go ahead. First off, everybody, everybody, go ahead, stop what you're doing, like this video, please. It helps out us itty bitty committee creators out there. It helps out the large ones, but it really, really matters for us small folks because the algorithm needs to know that people are interested in our content and they will not push it to more people if the range of people that they're introducing it to is not liking our videos, not engaging by watching the entire video, and then also by not commenting. So if you're only willing to do one, please just go ahead and like the video. That would be greatly appreciated, but I would love it if you would subscribe. And also comment down below if you have suggestions, questions. Either way, I love to hear it. I love getting video ideas from you, and I have been able to do videos based off of requests in the past. Okay, but I also want to try to be as inclusive as possible as far as height goes, especially as height as well as size, because when we're talking about workwear, there are specific things that you need to follow where you're not showing too much skin, like cleavage, things being above your knees, things like that. So I wanted to make sure I was appropriate and could give people options. Okay, next up. I have to say I found out about this shirt from Janae Naylor. She used to be called High Low Lux. She has recently rebranded and changed her name to her actual name, her channel name. So it's Janae Naylor. And she had this top on with some shorts. So cool. Like I said, these are versatile pieces. Now, this is a higher price point. It's from J. Crew. It is selling. I really would like to get one, but that I just can't buy that. But let me know if you guys get it. But I think this is a great piece. Sometimes when you're thinking about sequin, it never comes to your mind about everyday work or just everyday wear. And I think this top does a great job of adding in a little bit of interest because it's sequin. Who expects you to wear sequin to work? Nobody. But the way that this is done with a button down shirt, it has the stripes. I think it works perfectly well because the entire shirt is not sequined, just the front panel, which I think adds a nice bit of pizzazz without being too over the top. And the way that Janae Naylor nailed it on her video, she put it with a pair of cutoff short jeans. You can, yeah, jean shorts is what I should say. You can wear this with jeans. Also, you can wear this with a skirt. Like there's a lot of variety you can do with this top and also wear it to work. And I think this is a great piece that, like I said, it's going to add some interest in there. And so this is something that's very unexpected, very versatile. So definitely if you have this in your budget, get this top before it sells out. They also have it in a blue. Yes, they also have it in blue. So they have it in blue and pink. So either way, and I love how this pink pops on this lady's skin complexion. Okay, so moving on. All right, so this year, I think every year leather and pleathers are popular, but for some reason you're seeing a lot more of it. So it might be more of a trendy thing that's going on right now, I think. And so you don't think about wearing pleather to work, but I think in this way that it is styled, it is work appropriate. And like I said, we're talking about unconventional, interesting pieces to that are work appropriate, and I think this fits the bill. Also, with this piece, you can wear it outside of work too, which is nice. So this is a good option too. Now, it is longer sleeve, which is great. It has the cross or faux wrap look. So if you're a little bit more conscious about your midsection or you need a way to kind of highlight, create a waist in some kind of way as well, either way it goes, then this is a good option for you if you're on the shorter side, of course, because this is a shorter dress. So it needs to come to your knees. We're going to keep that rule. It needs to come to your knees. So this one is a good option for shorter people. And this top is actually this dress is by Anne Klein. Forgot to mention that. The next one by Anne Klein is this piece here. So this, I think, falls more on the traditional workwear side. It works great for my taller gals as well as my shorter people out there as well because it is a longer dress. But I feel like it adds a pizzazz of interest because of the asymmetric line to it that adds a little, vibrancy to it. So that's why I wanted to include this one. This is also an Anne Klein dress as well. So it gives you kind of that element of an off shoulder appeal, but work appropriate. So your shoulder's not exposed, but you can kind of have that diagonal line still that is made when you wear off shoulder pieces. So that's why I like this piece. And it's a mix of a different color, an interesting way to do color block, which is nice. So Anne Klein has a few cute pieces that you may want to consider for work this fall and winter. So next up, this is more for the one that I just showed, it is plus size friendly too, but specifically for my plus size people out there, Eloquii, I think is how you pronounce the name of the brand. They have a lot of good pieces. I didn't know. You all are probably like, oh yeah, we already know. But this is good. I think this is a great interesting dress. I'm sorry. The first thing I want to say is don't be afraid to play with color. And this is why I wanted to include this piece. I think this is a great work top. And the way that they styled it, it makes it feel like it's a formal dress, but you can actually wear this to work. I think this is a great piece to wear to work. It gives you that volume. It has great front cleavage cover for gals out there that have larger chests. I think the balloon sleeves work well when you're trying to balance things out, get you back into more of an hourglass shape. And I like that it has the balloon sleeve detail. It is crisscross in the front. And I like that it doesn't dip down too low, which is good. And then also it has the tie around the waist piece there that has a little bit of a gathering effect that I think helps out when you're trying to hide certain pieces on your midriff. And the way that the skirt seems to go out, it doesn't seem to be quite A-line, but it doesn't also seem to be so straight. So it makes it still workwear appropriate as well. This one has multiple colors. Like Eloquii has a lot of colors, and I know that I've just tipped the surface. So there are so many things on Eloquii. So definitely check out Eloquii's website. They have some good pieces, and they're very affordable. Very good, affordable pieces. This next top, I wanted to put this one in here because it's an unconventional pattern. So English Factory is a brand that I just recently discovered. Actually, I was cruising through Bloomingdale's website the other day and you'll see this other dress that attracted me to it, and that's an English factory dress. So this first got me down the rabbit hole. But the reason why I wanted to show this top is because usually you don't think about, oh, kind of a playful, youthful, sweetheartish type of top to wear to work. But I think this is great for work. You have something that can take you into the fall weather as well as the warmer months, take you into the springtime, depending on where you live, because only half of your arms is exposed. And so that's nice because you can layer on as many fabrics as you need to, and then, remove the layers as the temperature gets warmer outside. So I love that it's a turtleneck. I like that it has a I was about to say a flower print, a heart print, which is a little bit unexpected. You think about polka dots, you think about stripes, you maybe think about flowers for workwear type of typical workwear type of patterns. So hearts, I think, adds a nice useful twist to it. I love the little puffy sleeves. That's nice. That's great for adding more height as well as more, what is it called? Just widening your shoulders if you need to create an hourglass piece. If you need to create more of an hourglass shape, depending on what your body shape is and what pants you're wearing or skirt. So I think this is a great, interesting enough top that you can wear this to work and then also throw it on for casual events on the weekend, activities, brunch, lunch, all those things. So before we move back to a few Eloquii tops, I did want to highlight this other English factory dress like I mentioned earlier. And I think this dress is really cool and interesting. It is very different, but it has the similar elements or the same elements you would use for a traditional workwear shirt, which is a crew neck top and a button down shirt. But basically it's done in a dress form. So I think this works really well for shorter people out there that can wear some tall boots with it or even calf boots. And this, as long as that bottom portion, I'm always going to say it because you need to be appropriate for work. As long as that bottom portion comes to your knees, you're good and can wear this to work. And I think it adds a little interesting element to it. It has a side slit on the side. It also comes in a few different colors. So definitely check out English Factory because they have this in a variety of colors, like a bright pink. They have it in a navy. They have it in a stripe pattern gray. So you definitely have some ranges there with this kind of unique type of shirt dress type of dress that it is, that I think that's the reason it hit the list. I think it's kind of interesting enough using classic pieces that will take you through work. Also, you can wear it with sneakers on the weekend, wear it with tall boots. You got a lot of options. If you don't know, I'm a person where you get more bang for your buck out of your pieces. So that way you can wear it through a multitude of different situations and get your work, what is it called? Cost per wear. That's what it is. Back over to Eloquii for my plus size folks out there. Like I said, a way to add a lot of interest is to use an interesting pattern. Also, not shy away from interesting bright colors. This top, I think, does both of those. Now, similar to how Eloquii works, it seems like they have a lot of variety of colors. So even if this color you don't like, check it out, because if you like this style, they most likely probably have a color that you they most likely have a color that you or pattern that you would like better. So just make sure you look at it that way as well. So I like this top because it definitely gives you a professional element. Your arms are covered. It is a interesting pattern, as well as gives you the puffy sleeves, as well as the kind of elevated shoulders. So I think this is a nice piece for work, and then gives you an interesting pattern that bumps it up a notch. So if you want to do kind of a tonal or colorful look at work, then you can do green pants with this. Or if it's a yellow top, then do a golden or brown. Just like try not to pair it with black pants. Make it a little bit more interesting by adding another colored piece that complements the piece that you're wearing. And if you don't have a color piece, that's okay. Don't run out and buy things that you don't plan on buying. Wear it with black pants. You still can get an element of extraness to it. But if you want to bump it up an extra notch, bring on the color. More color, the better. And I love how she has this with the green pants, because I think it shows an example of how you can play with the colors and lean into that to make it more of a colorful piece in the fall and winter time. This other top I also liked as well. It has the higher neck, so you don't have to worry about showing too much skin. Also, we're talking about in the colder months, you probably want to cover up a little bit more. I love the sleeves on this and the neckline. It's very interesting. And I think that's been the theme of most of my shirts. Now, this one only has 2 colors. And in the color that's showing, most of the sizes has sold out. So check it out and see if they have your size if you're interested in this piece. But also they have it in, I think, a black or a navy. So if you really like it, try it in the other color. But I like how it has the hint of the skin with the crisscross on the, it's actually an opening, actually, like a cutout towards the bottom of the sleeve. So it's like a fully covered halter top with sleeves kind of. And you have that hint of skin towards your arm or your wrist. So I think that's nice. So it's another way to kind of show a little bit of skin, but more appropriate for work and in more appropriate places. So I think this is a nice, interesting top. Also, a little bit of sheen adds a little bit more depth to an outfit. So this is a good piece for that as well. So you got a few elements going on with this top that help elevate it and make it more interesting. All right, so peplum is back in, not like it used to be. And so for the trends, I'm just going to throw in this top. I thought this was an interesting top to do as a peplum because from the peplum version I remember, a lot of tops were short, where the pleats ended above the hip, which for a girl like me, a lot of people out there who have thicker thighs, hips, curvy hips, something hitting at the wrong spot of your hip makes you look more boxy or more wide. And so I like that this top by Eloquii, first off, it's covering a lot of your arm. Some women don't like to show a lot of arms. So this one comes down to your elbows. That's the right spot. Your elbows, which is nice and also makes it a lot more acceptable at work as well. And this is a piece that you can also wear year round because of the length of it as well, which is nice. I like the color on this, and I like that the pleat is on the side. So we're mixing two things together. We got peplum and pleats involved. And I like how it's not a dramatic peplum style, as well as it comes at a forgiving spot. Like it covers up the top portion of your hip to hit you at a more of a spot where it's more of a straight line versus accentuating more of the wider portion of your hips. So I think this is a nice option for those people where it will work out, where your torso is at a good proportion, where it's going to allow you to hit you in the right spot on your legs or on your hip area. Last up is going to be, we're going to loop back around to English Factory. I thought this was an interesting piece because when you look at it at first glance, it looks like it could be more of a formal dress or maybe not even something you wear to work. And I completely disagree. This is a great top because it has the mock neck. You could absolutely wear a thinner fabric top and add some more layering and cover the arms up more. I like this top because also you can layer it with a nice blazer. The right kind of blazer with this, with I think more of a fitted blazer would work. And this would be a nice element to kind of pull that piece together if you don't want to, if that's the way you want to cover your arms. Or also what you could do is with an interesting jacket that is a shorter jacket, you can also wear that as well. And then in the cooler months, like I said, layer it with a thinner piece of fabric to cover your arms and then wear a standout jacket on top of this. And I think that you can do this right. So you just kind of got to play with it a little bit, I think, because of the shape of it. But I thought this was an interesting piece that could work at work. And the length is appropriate at certain heights. I get it. I know. The length is appropriate at certain heights. So I think this is a good option to go with as well. And this is by English Factory, if I didn't remember mentioning that. So this one comes in 2 colors. I think this is a navy or black, and then the other color is a white creamish kind of color. So there you go. So let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Hopefully this is helpful to you. And if you're liking this, I will definitely make sure I do something more along these lines again. I do have some thoughts about other workwear, pizzazz type of, something along these lines again. So definitely, if you're enjoying it, I will continue to do this. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.